The air hung heavy with the scent of damp earth and something else, something unsettling. I'd ventured into this village, drawn by rumors of unusual activity, whispers of a presence. The silence was the worst part, broken only by the occasional creak of wood and the rustling of unseen things in the tall grass. I'd explored dozens of Minecraft villages, but this one felt different. Colder, a primal fear, a sense of being watched settled in my gut. The villagers' homes were dark, shuttered tightly against the night. It felt like I was intruding on something sacred or something deeply, deeply wrong. This wasn't the usual friendly trading post vibe. This was sinister. I had to find out what was lurking in the shadows. Then I saw it. A villager, but not quite. Its skin was a sickly green. Its eyes glowed with an unnatural light. It wasn't moving, just staring. Its expression was impossible to describe. It wasn't the usual pleasant, if somewhat vacant stare. This was something else entirely, a malevolent intelligence, chillingly aware. It felt like it knew I was there, knew my purpose, knew my fear. It was the kind of gaze that could freeze your blood, that could make you question your very sanity. I almost turned and ran, but a strange compulsion held me rooted to the spot. What was this thing? What was it doing here? And why did it feel so wrong? I tried to be quiet, my heart pounding a frantic rhythm against my ribs. I crept forward, my footsteps swallowed by the soft earth. The strange villager remained motionless, that unsettling gaze fixed on some unseen point beyond me. But I noticed something else. Movement in the periphery, a fleeting shadow darting between buildings. Something was watching me too, something faster, something more predatory. The feeling of being watched intensified tenfold. Was it connected to the unsettling villager? Or was this something else entirely? Something hunting both of us? I cautiously approached one of the houses, its wooden door slightly ajar. Peeking inside, I saw nothing but darkness, except for a single, malevolent red eye gleaming back at me from the inky blackness. It was close, too close. I withdrew, my breath catching in my throat. This wasn't just a creepy encounter. This was a calculated threat. This wasn't a glitch. This was deliberate, a carefully constructed atmosphere of dread. My instincts screamed at me to escape, to run as far and as fast as possible, but the mystery was too compelling to ignore. A wave of panic washed over me. Every shadow seemed to writhe, every sound amplified my fear. The unsettling villager was just the beginning. There was something else, lurking just beyond my perception, its presence heavy in the air. This village wasn't just haunted, it was possessed, infested with something ancient and evil. I knew I was in danger, but the thrill of uncovering the truth, of facing down this terrifying mystery, kept me moving. This fear felt oddly intoxicating. Then they came. Shadowy figures, fast and silent, their forms barely visible in the dim light. They pursued me through the twisting, narrow streets of the village, their presence a chilling whisper in my ears. They were relentless, their pursuit a terrifying chase that tested my skills and my resolve. Adrenaline surged through my veins, a wild cocktail of fear and determination. I had to escape, but the question burned in my mind. What was the source of this evil? I managed to barricade myself inside a villager house, my heart hammering in my chest. The shadowy figures pounded against the walls, their frustrated growls echoing through the building. The feeling of impending doom was overwhelming. I was trapped, cornered, with no clear path to escape. This wasn't just a game anymore. It felt terrifyingly real. I needed a plan, and I needed it fast. My trembling fingers fumbled with my crafting table. I needed to equip myself better, to create a defense against this nightmare. Each crafted item represented a desperate struggle against the encroaching darkness, a small victory in a battle I might not win. This felt less like a game and more like a survival situation. My mind raced, trying to find a solution, a way out of this living hell. Armed with my hastily crafted defenses, I faced the shadowy figures once more. The fight was intense, desperate. Each swing of my weapon was a prayer. Each block placed a desperate attempt to buy time. I fought not just for survival, but for an understanding. What was happening? Why was this village cursed with such terrifying beings? Finally, dawn broke, chasing away the shadows and the monsters they carried. I emerged from the village, battered and bruised, but alive. The unsettling villager was gone, the shadowy figures vanished. The village was silent, eerily so. I didn't have answers, only the lingering chill of the nightmare, the unsettling feeling that whatever lurked in that place is still out there, waiting for the next unsuspecting traveler. The memory of those glowing eyes, that sinister presence, will stay with me forever.